As our brave adventurers enter the castle, the mighty warrior lifts his sword. The rogue with his twin blades enter the battle against Dracula. Today on 8 Star Anime, we face off against Castlevania.
Yes, the Netflix original 4-episode series.
So far.
And, man, some gruesome stuff in this show.
Yeah, this is 8 Star Anime.
And it's definitely about to get awkward.
Plus, it's going to get adjacent.
Yes.
Because while it is heavily anime themed, it is not anime. Because it is very Western style.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the characters are drawn with the anime style points and, the very thin, I don't know how to say it other than like a sharp nose and the high arcing corners of the eyes and stuff that are hallmarks of anime, but it's set in a Western world of Castlevania. You quickly learn about a Belmont. There's magic and churches and demons.
Oh yeah, a little bit of everything.
Right, this was a lot of fun.
It really was. I've heard about this series for quite some time now, and fortunately, I didn't have Netflix, so it was kind of hard for me to want to go see it. However, these last 4 episodes, the only 4 episodes so far, were intriguing.
Yeah, they definitely set up the story of what is going on. Episode 1, we meet Nissa, who goes to Dracula's castle, Vlad Tempest, and pretty much tells him, hey, I want to learn science and medicine, and you have knowledge, let's do this.
And not too long after that, we get what we consider the evil church in this instance.
The bishop, or the junior bishop, whatever his ranking is definitely a zealot, and is rather corrupt. Finding witches where witchcraft is not at, and finding deals with the devil where they are not either. And in fact,
that's actually what costs the human world pretty much their lives at this point.
At least the country of Wachavia?
Something like that, I can't remember off the top of my head. It was something weird.
Wachavia.
Something like that. And, however, instead of, actually taking blame for...
Or accepting the responsibility.
So the responsibility, they decided to, in a way, almost celebrate their supposed victory over evil. And that's really where things go downhill. But in the midst of all this, we meet our protagonist of sorts, and one would say a Belmont. So, however, he's not very willing to be...
He's not very heroic.
No.
Hence the use of protagonist.
Yes. I refuse to use the word hero at this point in time.
And if you're familiar with any of the Castlevania lore, you'll quickly recognize also one of the other characters as Alucard.
Yes. He actually didn't even want to even deal with the, I guess, purge of the humans.
Right, yeah.
He felt the people who should be charged are those who actually were responsible.
And they should be decimated, of course.
Yes. However,
considering it was his mother.
Yes. So it's kind of like, well, what the hell? So the only good thing is, by the time we get closer to the end of this season 1, is the fact that Alucard has...
I don't think it's really right to call it a season as much as I would call it the introduction arc.
Actually, but it's not uncommon for seasons, at least North America, at least in America, where seasons go anywhere from like 4 to 6 episodes, and that literally is season 1. Well, and the idea behind that is not necessarily that that's all they were going to do. It's more of
no, I get that.
Yeah,
but it's like the Marvel Netflix originals and even the Voltron. I think it's closer to the Voltron one they did. The first season was 13 episodes. The second season was a little shorter, and the third season was only 7.
7.
And the reason being is that people want them so fast.
Yeah.
They're not really seasons as much as they are story arcs that they're just putting out.
I mean, I could think that, but
This
I
could
think
have been put together as a DVD for one simple movie.
true. But I think when they were making this, I'm not sure if they even were realizing if Castlevania was probably going to be as big as it was.
Right, that's the other thing.
And I think they're like, well, we'll throw this out here and see how it goes.
Am I wrong in remembering that this was it crowdfunded at all?
I can't
Or am I
remember.
thinking of the video game that the creator of Castlevania wanted to make?
I think that's the video game that they were doing. This is more of Netflix going, hey, we can do anime too.
And it is good.
And really good. Very dark, very gruesome. Definitely not for the kiddies.
Yes, rated mature audience according to Netflix. There is language, there is violence,
Heavy violence.
gore.
Yeah. At which, we get our... But like I said, by the time we get to the end of it, the cool thing about it is we go from our protagonist being the protagonist to somebody who's
Yeah, he goes from anti-hero to honorable man.
honorable man. And I like that a lot.
He needs help, and he finds that help actually in a group called the Seekers. Now, I don't know if they exist in the video game world.
Not that I can remember.
Because, honestly, I've only ever played one Castlevania game.
It's been a while since the last time I played a Castlevania game, so...
But the Seekers are very much like a pacifist group of almost druidic in nature, where they keep oral history. And I say druidic in the fantasy term, not in the real-world term. I honestly don't know anything about real-world druidic beliefs, so no offense given there. But what you consider in the classic Dungeons and Dragons and other fantasy novels, they would fit similar to there.
Yeah.
One of the characters who becomes kind of an important character is actually a magician of sorts and able to summon fire and wind and ice. So far, we've seen.
And being being really the supportive role that's actually needed for his character. She's able to do the things that he himself is unable to do.
Well, the Seekers bring a level of morality and remind Belmont, and then she, right now, is crossed between co-hero / reason to do.
Yeah. And, of course, the two of them were like, hey, and when they find Alucard, Alucard looks at both of them and go, I'm going to test your morals right now. And that fight was actually pretty awesome.
So, what was your favorite scene out of the 4 episodes?
Really, out of the 4, probably when he finally takes a stand and tells the people of the village, "All right, we're gonna fight these. We're gonna fight these beasts."
That was my favorite as well, but not for that reason. My favorite was how the one hero. I'm such a D&D dork. The one hero got the level 0 peasants to line up in pipe formation.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
and these tactics and stuff. And
he's because at this point, this is the part where he's finally taking a stand and doing something that is meaningful.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, we took care of one slight problem with the priest.
Right.
Now we need to take care of these demons. So, and he's like, no, y'all ain't gonna run. If I say, y'all gonna have to fight.
You got long pikes, pitchforks,
hey, salt. Hey, is there an actual decent priest in here? You? Holy water, let's go.
I think you know what to do.
Let's go.
So what do you give this in the video, or the visuals?
Visually, I think they're fairly stunning for what I got out of it. I mean, obviously, they're more American anime stuff.
It's so funny.
It's
American animation influenced anime, which has influenced American animation.
And so, very stunning, everything's so over the top, though. And so,
This. Do you find it as a distraction?
No, it's Castlevania, so it's not real. It's one of those things where he's a Belmont. He knows how to fight. He just pretends not to. And
I give it a 2-star.
I would too. It's Yeah, you know, 2's really good for the visuals. I just think some of the stuff is just like over the top, but I think that's just something that comes with the show itself. It comes with the name.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a anime that's been inspired by a video game, which has been inspired by vampire and monster movies, which are inspired by legend and lore. You know,
Yeah, it goes all over the place.
this is just a wonderful train of thoughts and progression in time.
Yeah.
Well, what about audio?
Yeah, see, that's the only area I think I had a problem with per se.
I felt it was kind of weak.
It was.
The sound effects are fun.
Fine.
The voice acting's great. In fact, one of the voice actors played Dwalin in the Hobbit movies. I think his name is Graham McTavish.
Yes. And I thought that was kind of cool. But in terms of, like, you know, some suspense to it, I didn't really feel much of it.
Well, there
Actually,
wasn't
it was-
a lot of music.
No, because he either went from being a comedy spot to blah, 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 yakety yak to, alright, time for some big action.
Yeah, there's
And
like
it's-
action scene, dialogue.
Like, there's like no build up to anything. Things just kind of happen.
And there's so much room in this kind of genre, this fantasy western genre, to create music or use music.
Yeah.
It's set in the 1470s. You can't tell me there's not
Something that could have
some
worked in this.
classical music pieces that would have made good backdrops. So it definitely, it barely, for me, is barely 1 star.
Yeah.
And the only reason it does that is because the voice actors are so fun.
Yeah, the voice acting really carries the show a lot. Not like that. In terms of story for these 4 episodes, actually within 4 episodes, I thought there was a decent amount of development for our protagonist.
I mean, I would give it 2 stars because it's definitely got me hooked.
Yes.
I want to see more.
There's no reason not to see more at this point. Because now it's like, okay, we got our team, and we have an objective. And then all of a sudden, like, after episode 4, it just ends. We have our objective, let's go. And it's like, to be continued.
Well,
What?
I mean, this was chapter 0, realistically.
It's like, what? And I'm like, oh, man. Now we gotta wait for them to hurry up and make more.
So what's your story value?
My story value is really a 2, because there's no point where I thought, like, anything was truly dragging for the style and pacing that they were going at for 4 episodes. I mean, not a single thing. I'm not sure how you feel in this.
Yeah, I gave it 2 as well.
Okay.
I mean, because like I said, it hooked me so fast.
Now, enjoyment overall, I have to give it 2 stars as well, because, like I said, it's so attractive. It's just like, ugh, to the point where I'm sure we're not the only 2 that want to see
Right.
season 2 or the next arc or whatnot.
I'm actually only going to give it a 1, and I'm going to give it a 1 because it is so short. I really enjoyed this. Had it been presented as a movie, maybe I'd be a little more forgiving. I'm trying to be not a fanboy. I'm trying to go, and I'm not saying you were, but I'm trying to look at this how maybe a wide variety of you viewers might see this. It's a niche. It's a niche piece. If you're not into fantasy, or you're not into the Castlevania games, I think you're not going to enjoy it as much as we have.
Yeah, the
I
fantasy.
want to give it a 2, but it needs to be just a little bit more for that enjoyment.
I think if they even had one more episode where they maybe started traveling a little bit or did something afterwards.
Anything that would have kind of created a little bit more adventure before that scene at the end where they team up together and move forward. Or
now, I mean, don't get me wrong. The ending fight scene where you got Alucard testing the waters of Belmont, and I thought to myself, I'm like, okay, I think I know where this is going. And the only part that made me laugh is like, they're like in a stalemate. You know, you can kill me, but I kill you type deal. And it's just like, and they're like, oh, you guys are on the same team? Y'all on the same page as me? Cool. And heal.
oh no, not the Marvel comics. The heroes have to fight everybody on the first meeting.
Well, the part that got me was the fact that he's sitting there, like, look like, oh man, one of them could die or both, you know, what's going to happen? And he just kind of goes, alright, I think we're on the same page. Gets up, heal. Alright.
Let's do
Let's
this.
do this.
Let me get my shirt on.
Look at my shirt on. I'm thinking to myself like, wait a minute. This dude probably could have whooped Belmont's ass if he truly
Well, I
wanted
mean,
to.
he is a damn fear, half human, half vampire.
Yeah.
He does the little shadow move like the video games did.
That's the only reason 100% knew was Alucard. It was just like, I was like, well, I remember that.
And there were giant clockwork gears, and I was like, oh god, it's that level from Castlevania.
Mania.
I hate that level.
It was great stuff, though.
There's a lot of homages to the games.
Yes.
And there's probably homages that we don't even get because we didn't play all the games.
Yeah.
I do remember there was a Castlevania game where you could switch between 3 different characters.
Yeah.
And so this becoming a 3-man team made me think of that. But I do hope more comes to it, and I hope when they do get into the story, they offer a little bit more meat and potatoes than this 4-episode did.
Well, I think now that they see how popular this was, they'll probably give it a little more oomph.
So do you think I'm terribly wrong with, cursing it for only 4 episodes, or do you think that was a chunk that was built just the right way to create the drive? Why don't you leave us some comments down below and tell us what you think about the series or our review of it.
Indeed. If there's anything else on Netflix or anything on these other channels you want us to see, just let us know. I mean, there's plenty out there.
Yeah, anything that's like 6 episodes or less, we can digest that in the afternoon and throw that right back up on YouTube.
Easily.
I really wanted to do Ronin Warriors, but then I realized there's like 39 episodes. It took 5 episodes for the first issue. Our first review back in when Power Rangers came out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that you're going to be doing some anime blitz soon, right?
I will be.
I think I'm going to take this one as well. I think I'm going to take Ronin Warriors as my anime blitz.
Okay. And basically the idea, folks, for this is we're going to be running through some of these series that you probably want to see more of. And it's going to be one of those, all right, we've watched it, here we are.
Right.
So...
And the other side of the coin is that some of these are just 30, 60 episode things, and some of them may even be much longer. I mean, if you did some of your Naruto chunks, you'd be 100 episodes in, right?
Realistically, yeah. Because...
And you don't want to see us go through 5 episodes at a time.
Time for that? Nah. So, ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, I'll probably call it a show, and really,
yeah,
might as well.
Yeah. So we're going vampire hunting.
Yes.
Actually, we're going demon hunting. We're gonna get killed by vampires.
We'll probably get owned real quick. I'm no Belmont. I'll tell you right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Chris.
And I'm Dave.
We'll see you on the flip side.